Hello friends, my name is Dave Miller.
And I'm Niall Spang. And are you ready to rumble? With your fuck buds? Because that's us.
We're a dating and sex advice podcast where we take your sticky sexy situations and turn them into sexy sticky situations. I realize I haven't said that for a couple weeks now.
Well, you know what?
I was like, I can just edit that in. I'll just pull it from like another episode. And then I was like, no. Yeah, that would be lying.
You made your bed. You lie in it. I do love how, I think it was last week, and on the way here, I remembered I had made a note to mention something this week about last week, and I totally forgot, but now I remember.
That's good.
You kept saying, we're going off script. Is there a script? Because no one's fucking giving me one.
I mean, yeah. I just meant that we were going to talk about something that wasn't sex or dating related.
That is the script. That's more than what we do.
Yeah, it's...
No, I just found it funny because, like, I don't know if it is the smartest way to do a podcast where we literally don't even share each other's questions with each other, but I think it's a fun way to do it, so...
I mean, there are definitely times where I listen, like, when I'm editing it, I'll be like, oh, fuck, I'm not making the point that I'm trying to make clearly at all.
Yeah, there are definitely times. We could probably give better advice if we had time to prepare, but fuck it.
But this is honest. This is
raw.
raw.
This is raw.
Raw. How do you give
we're
advice
doing
without
fuck
protection?
without condom.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing ear fuck without brain condom. Okay, so we're going to start right off with, we're just going to delve into all the user submitted stuff right now. So this is, I think our champ. This is our champ. This is Agent Cobra, and we got another one fresh off the press. So I'm just going to get into it. I've recently begun a new job, and so I've met many new people. I'm an extremely flirty person, but the majority of the time it is very harmless. Mainly do it for my own entertainment. So I've been charming and flirting my way through with my new coworkers and made many friends in the process. One in particular, who is very attractive, has flirted aggressively back, and because of this we've gotten very close. I like witty people who can keep up with me. The only issue here is he has a girlfriend. Currently neither of us is doing anything wrong because the flirting has been fun, more often than not, harmless and fun. I've been getting to know him, he's made jokes about us hooking up, and mentioned a few times that he has in the past cheated on his girlfriends. I'm typically not one to encourage cheating on your girlfriend. I'm also not in the position to suggest he break up with her. The only reason I suggest this is because we've gotten very close. He's mentioned he's never felt this way so quickly with someone. We've had many people who don't know he has a girlfriend ask for dating. I've also hung out with him and his girlfriend a few occasionally, mostly, but often completely, ignores her when I'm around.
Yikes.
Ugh. I realize it's not my responsibility to worry about his relationship because that's completely his prerogative. I also don't care if he's in a relationship or not. My question is, how do I proceed? Do I dial back with the flirting, though I don't feel I'm doing anything wrong? Do I flirt more aggressively? Help. I'll let you take the floor on this one.
Okay, so this, I mean, yes, is it your responsibility to, like, take care of this guy's obviously shitty relationship with his girlfriend? No, it is not. It is, however, your responsibility, I think, as a human being, not to make it worse.
Yeah. And again, like, nothing wrong with harmless flirting.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
no.
I flirt with Dane on the fucking daily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's... If you're, you know, we all know the difference between just being, like, a fun, free, flirty fucking whatever and being like, yo, that dick, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, it seems like he is clearly giving you the signals that he is willing to cheat on his girlfriend.
Which also,
with you.
like, fuck it. There's, like, don't be that person.
Well, that's the thing. It's like,
you know?
Look,
if they want to be shitty, cool, but don't be part of that shitty.
Yeah, there's a lot of shitty people and there's a lot of shitty things that happen in the world that we have no control over. And the rare occasion when you actually do have control over whether something shitty happens to another person, like, please be the responsible, empathetic human being and don't be the other end of this shitstorm. Like,
yeah,
because he could cheat on someone, or he can cheat on her with someone. Absolutely. You have no control over that. You do have control over whether he cheats on her with you.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, put yourself in their shoes, put yourself in the other person in the relationship, and also, like, it like, doesn't sound like he's more special than anybody else. I'm sure you can go have sex with somebody else if you want to, and you're not gonna fucking...
He's worse.
Yeah, he sounds like a bit of a douche. And then you're not gonna ruin somebody's fucking... I don't know how long. Because, you know... cheating on someone, like, being cheated on can, like, really set people back years in relationships, if not a long time. You know, it's a really horrible, shitty feeling, and, like, I don't know if they have an apartment together or have been planning, like, a future or anything, but, like, I don't know.
It also like reflects so poorly on you.
On yo.
Oh, I was gonna say your character, but like, you know what I mean? Like if you work with this guy,
Yeah.
and it comes out that you willingly ruin this girl's
And
relationship,
also, like, if you've met
like
them
people are
and hang
gonna
out
think
with
you're
them-
just as shitty as
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like no one's gonna
especially,
be like, oh no, you're totally in the fine. Like
Yeah, especially having moved to a new place, like you don't really want to sabotage your relationship with everybody else, because I think no one really sees that happen and is like, oh, that's cool. You know?
yeah, I mean, unless you're living in like Shitsville of douchebag Arizona, like
Whoa, lay off Arizona, man.
fuck you Arizona.
Whoa.
I'm not saying all people. I'm just saying that Shitsville douchebag Arizona
I
is.
feel like, honestly, you grow up there, like, you act the complete opposite to the name, because, like, you've been browning with that your whole life, and I think it's
There's a reason it's named that.
There was a reason. But the new generation of shitsbag, doucheville, Arizona, are we thinking the different cities? We are.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So you said shitbag doucheville.
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
Shitsville douchebag.
Oh, okay. No, they're
Founded
fucking
by-
pieces of shit.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's like no one's gonna be cool with this.
Yeah, also, like...
Unless everyone you know is shitty, in which case
yeah.
maybe purge all of your relationships and start from scratch.
Yeah, I don't think there's, like, any point at which this becomes... Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no... Like, but he's so great that I had to. Because if he was great, then you wouldn't have to. You know?
And my other thing is, if he was great, he wouldn't be cheating on his girlfriend
Exactly.
and actively trying. Like this,
And
these
also
are all the
has a
indications
history of,
yeah,
you know...
of a sociopath who clearly like doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have any empathy or emotions towards other people. Like
Or
this
just-
is very clearly like a guy who takes what he wants when he wants it and fuck everyone else.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what,
Or is just massively, like, have self-confidence issues, because I feel like a lot of cheating stems from that.
I mean, yeah,
Or is just, like, just thinks people are objects, which none of these things are things that spark me a desire to have his penis in me.
yeah.
I don't know.
I know. It's. I would just honestly.
And,
She
like,
asked,
and
she-
also another thing is, sorry,
Yeah.
like, it's never gonna go far either, because either one, it's just a fuck, and then, like, there's this whole shitstorm and ruined lives and everything for, like, a fuck, which, like, even if it's great, which I'm doubting,
Yeah.
frankly, which I don't know, don't have any evidence for that, but, like, it can't be great enough to justify that. If it's a long-term thing, then one, either you're continuing to cheat, which makes it worse, or at this point, other people in work probably know, and then they're gonna really not like the whole situation.
Yeah.
Or it becomes a relationship, at which point
He's gonna
then
do it to
you're
you
gonna be
eventually.
cheated on, right?
Yeah.
Like, not to say anyone who ever cheated is gonna cheat, but at the same time, when he's actively like, oh, but I want to cheat, like, when would you think it's gonna stop with you, right?
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's like if someone's like, I have a history of cheating, like that's
And also want to cheat currently,
yeah,
but not with you
Yeah.
later in the future. Like, it just seems like bad avenues all around. As per the last question, like, do you have to stop flirting? Like, if it's just the way you act and it is harmless, no. If you think he is getting the wrong idea and is making, you know, because it seems like he's definitely
Yeah.
trying to push forward, you can be like, oh, well, you do have a girlfriend. Like, you can make it clear, you can set those boundaries. Like, you don't have to just be like, hello, friend,
yeah. You don't have to like
I am workmate.
yeah become like the cold, heartless
Keep distance of 2
yeah, no,
feet.
but like yeah, you
Feed
can
me oil,
you can definitely just
not
be,
sex oil.
ooh, that's true. You could definitely just straight up be like, take a step back. You know what I mean? And like you said, just like anytime it goes like a line is crossed, just be like, hey, remember you have a girlfriend, and just like
Yeah.
walk away. Because like
And, like, if one day they break up and you feel like you want to, there's nothing wrong with that.
By all means, yeah.
Again, he does sound like a bit of a douche, but whatever. Maybe there are reasons we don't know about, which still doesn't really excuse it, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, once he's out of a relationship, you can do what you want.
if he's a
That's
single
just fun and
douchebag
games,
and
right?
you and that
And,
tickles
like,
your
even if
fancy,
he ends
go
up
for
being
it.
a douchebag, then it's fine, because you've made the choice to put yourself in that position, and if there's fallout, you deal with it.
Yeah.
And whatever, you're a grown-ass woman, you can deal with that. But you shouldn't really make the choice just fuck someone else's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they haven't made the choice for you to cheat on their partner.
I mean, this is the
cheat
thing.
with,
Is like you need to
know?
like stop and be like, hey, if I was dating someone and I found out they cheated on me, how would I feel?
Yeah.
And then if you're like, I'd be fine with it. Okay, that's
Yeah.
a weird weird way to be.
And
but
even if you are, you then have to be like, I'm maybe not like everybody else.
Mm.
So what would they feel like? And then maybe hit a medium between those two, or at least just like explore the, you know. And
Yeah.
again, this is not to say that you aren't or won't, because the thing is, this question is kind of weirdly contextless, because it doesn't necessarily say that you want to,
Yeah.
but it also doesn't necessarily say that you don't. So I don't really know. So we're talking in general. We're not lobbing accusations here.
Yeah.
Because as I was reading it, I wasn't really sure. You know, I feel like the most obvious question is just like I know it's not really my responsibility. There's like a weird kind of guilty feeling about the interactions and whether you need to cool off the flirting or whatever. But like, I think most people are flirty to a degree.
Yeah,
in
for
general.
sure.
Like, and
Absolutely.
also one person's flirty is another person's nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of a hard line. But
I would say if
there is, you know, there are boundaries of going too far, and there is also totally allowable points where you can just be like, but you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can lead to like really good friendships and stuff if they just get the fuck over the kind of overwhelming infatuation at the start and start to act like a real human.
Yeah.
You know?
So to answer your question, I would say cool it with the flirting. At least for a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, or reevaluate your boundaries.
Set boundaries and don't fuck them.
I've got a question from, you know what? I'm gonna do a user one as well because I want to make sure we get to it. This comes from Agent Quarantine.
Ooh.
It's not as fun as it sounds.
It doesn't sound fun.
I was gonna say no quarantine ever sounds fun.
Unless it's...
They ask, I've got genital warts and I feel like a disgusting mess. 2 weeks ago I went to the doctor to get some bumps looked at and was diagnosed with genital warts from HPV. My doctor assured me that they are primarily a cosmetic issue and pose no threat to my health, but they are very contagious. Every time I think about it, I feel absolutely ashamed and disgusted and begin to get super depressed. The longer I think about it, the more my skin crawls and I don't know what to do about it.
I don't know enough about the physical, like, I don't know enough about the cure and, like, I don't really know enough about them to talk about that. Like, how you should ongoingly, like, treat them or, like, be worried about X or Y or Z, because I don't really know much about genital warts. What I do know is that, like, STDs are, like, really, really prevalent. You know what I mean? Like, they're not as rare as people would have you believe. They're not any reason to be ashamed.
Especially
because, like,
HPV.
Oh, yeah,
Literally,
well,
like,
that's what I was going to...
everybody has HPV.
That's the thing where they were like, yo, everybody has it.
It's
So
something like
also
75 to 90% of people who have had sex
Yeah.
have or have had
I think
HPV.
it's even higher. Like, it's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's like more or less everyone. And some people luck out. Like, there are so many strains of HPV, and a lot of people have been vaccinated. But there are so many strains that, like, some of them, there's like a few of them that occasionally there's like a chance will develop genital warts. There are some that like are the ones that
cancer,
lead to cancer. The good thing, so I did a little bit of research. The good thing about the strains that cause genital warts are the ones that is 100% no chance of getting cancer.
No, that's good.
So
on the upside,
that's the thing. It's like, so if it's better than like finding out you have HPV but not having any symptoms, because you're like, this could be cancer or lead to cancer, or it could be nothing.
Yeah.
The other thing is HPV is more or less like a sexual common cold, to the point where the body deals with itself. There are vaccinations, but there's no cure for it. But you just...
So is it one of those things that's similar to like a cold sore or whatever, where like it'll pop up for a bit and then...
No, so HPV will run its course and then it's gone.
Oh.
Unless you repeatedly like reinfect yourself, like you can keep getting infected.
So if
by
you
it,
get these genital warts, they'll be there for X amount of time,
and then they will go away.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, and you can do things. You can go and get there are topical creams. As far as I can tell, they're very expensive. You're looking at like 200 plus, like a tube. Of like the topical cream, which help one, get rid of the ones that are there and prevent any
Like
new ones coming. You can get liquid nitrogen. You get them frozen, which not the most fun, but
depending on placement. I've had like things on my foot frozen off before. I had like verrucas. It fucking hurts.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's not really that bad. Like
so it's one of those things where, like, I totally get it. I'm going to share a little personal story, which might be a little too much information, but way back, probably like 6 or 7 years ago, I had a thing called molluscum contagiosum, which sounds terrifying. and it can be an STI, but it's also just like a skin infection.
Well, I also had it, which is funny. About 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, you got it shortly after.
Yeah,
because like I met you.
Not related.
Yeah, no.
Although you know what's funny is it possibly could be, because if you look this up, it is classed as like a sexual whatever, but it's also like one of the most common ways people get it is from the gym or as a kid, because it's just like a skin to skin contact. So you go to the gym, having touched someone who has it or touched somebody else or whatever, lift a barbell.
A lot of it's like gotten from like shared towels and shit from like gyms and stuff that haven't been washed properly or sterilized properly. Yeah, it's one of those things where like, so I know what you're feeling. Like I totally understand.
Oh yeah, you feel like a disgusting piece of shit.
Yeah, you feel like you're like horribly diseased and incurable. And despite the fact that like people will tell you it's like, no, it'll go away. Yeah, you just gotta it'll run its course, and like it sucks, but like you start feeling like you don't want to like I remember specifically being like, I don't even want to like go to the bathroom. Because like I don't want to touch it, I don't want to look at it, I don't want to think about it. You also like, the weird thing is like, aside from being disgusted and like fearful, you feel ashamed. Yeah, like you feel this disgusting like shame, as if you've done something wrong, or like you deserve it, dirty, or you're which is fucked. It's like I'm sure I don't even know how I got it. You know what I mean? Because no one ever said like, hey, heads up, I had X, sorry, or, and again, it could have been from the gym. I don't know. Yeah. Because again, if you look it up, that's one of the most common things. Like, the weird thing is, it's like, it's an STD, also common for children. Yeah, you're like, it's wait, also
what?
Super common in like preschools and shit, where everyone's just like, putting things in their mouths and,
or just again, it's skin to skin, and it's not a big deal. It's like tiny little white bumps that like, you might even like not even notice, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not itchy, they're not anything.
No, they're not itchy, they're not inflamed.
They're just there.
They're just there, and then they're kind of gone. Yeah. Did get a few burnt, that sucked. Yeah. But hey, it was,
But here's the thing. So looking into HPV, it's a lot of people said that like getting it burnt is like frozen rather with like nitrogen is a great way to sort of like wipe the slate clean, and they're less likely to multiply. A few will still pop up because the virus is like in your system.
Until it runs its course.
Okay. So again, it's very much like a common cold, you know what I mean, where it's just like you get it, well, everyone gets it, everyone's symptoms are different, and then your immune system will purge it and it's gone.
See, that's funny, because I didn't know that, right? I think a lot of the reason why people are so disgusted and ashamed and like feel so fucking shitty about these things is because no one talks about it, right? Yeah. Like, even if you've had one, like, I don't tell a lot of people that I had, even though it's like, of the ones, like, people don't even know the name of it, you know what I mean? It's not even one of those high grade ones. And again, you get it in preschool if you're, 40% of kids or some bullshit. But like, you still feel super ashamed and embarrassed, and I think a lot of it comes from misinformation, and secondly, just kind of like everybody being scared to admit or like talk about it, and it's like, it's really not a big deal. It's like, you didn't do anything wrong, unless you know yourself. If you're like, wow, I just went and I just fucked like 1 million people out of condom, and like I know for a like. And even then, that's just you being dumb. It's not you being disgusted. Well, maybe, I don't know. It depends what you did. But like, in general, if you had sex and it happened, it's not any fault of your own.
With HPV, it's like you can wear a condom and still get it. Because it's skin to skin.
So well, also, same with fucking thing. You could fucking shake someone's hand and get it, right?
That's the thing. Well, actually, molluscum cannot form on the hands.
Oh, that's good.
On the palms. Okay. Which was
you could shake someone's forearm and get it.
Yeah. The thing, like, exactly.
If I'd known that, I would have been less terrified to touch my dick.
It was something I learned after the fact. Yeah. It's one of those things where the stigma sort of does a lot of the damage.
I think it almost does more damage.
Like, even things like herpes. Like, I know at least 3 people who have it and are in loving, committed, successful relationships. And like, a lot of people think that like when you get things, there are things like HIV and AIDS, which are a little more dire. There is a little bit more.
Although these days, like the fucking the medical strides they've gotten through are fucking incredible. Like PrEP at this point, it's like once you're on a steady fucking thing, you're literally non-transferable. Yeah. or
So
non-transmittable. I forget the term, but you know what I mean.
And so like it's not the end of your life, especially something that's going to go away. Like HPV,
that's
it
the
can
thing.
take
Like
something like 2 months to like 3 years, I think, and like that's a long time.
It is.
I totally get it, but there are things holistically that you can do in terms of like your immune system is part of your body.
Yeah.
And your immune system is dependent on things like diet and exercise. So like,
yeah,
if
like take care of yourself. Like your immune system dips when you're like binging alcohol, or when you like, you know, you don't sleep or you're stressed. So like if you have this happen, like take a step, like drink some tea, like have a few chill days, like treat yourself.
Yeah.
And because the more kind of like healthy and happy you are, the, you know, it might sound dumb, but like honestly these things do lower your immune system. And like the irony is it's hard to not get stressed when you're like, yo, I've genital warts.
Yeah.
So but you will come to terms with it as it comes along. Like I had a scare where I went in to get checked because I had like this mark on the top of my dick that I was terrified about, and they gave it a little swab and they were like, could be herpes, which doesn't go away, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck, like, and I went like 2 or 3 weeks going like waiting for the results, where I like was envisaging this whole life and like again feeling disgusted and ashamed and like that I'd never have a relationship again or hook up with anyone because I'd have to tell them and they would think I'm fucking disgusting or weird and like all this thing. It turned out they were just like, no, it's just like a blood vessel, like it was just like overuse or something. And I was like, okay, thank God. They were like, it's totally harmless. I was like, and it went away and it was fine. But for that time I was terrified. But I also then towards the end, it's like you kind of come to terms with it. You're like, whatever. And also it's just like, it shouldn't be that big deal, because when this happens to someone, they shouldn't have to feel that overwhelming like terror and fear and shame in this. And also like, it's hard to tell somebody. You know what I mean? Like,
it's super difficult.
Because you don't want to tell someone to be judged or be mocked or be like whatever, because it's a really personal, really intense, like, So,
and again, because of misinformation, like, a lot of people have a very strange relationship, or at least a strange outlook on STDs. You know what I mean? Where a lot of people don't understand the nature of it. A lot of them don't understand that, like, they're super common. A lot of people don't understand sort of like the health.
I'm sure there are so many more people than you know who have had them, because, like, if you go by just general, like, conversation, no one's had one.
Yeah.
So,
also, here's another thing that I didn't know. Men can be vaccinated for HPV. It might be common knowledge now, but, like, when I was in school, the only thing that anyone cared about was vaccinating women. Yeah. So, like, all the girls in school got... and, it probably didn't exist. There probably wasn't a male vaccination yet, because I know now, like, women up to, like, I think 40 or something can be vaccinated, but the vaccine for men is, like, up to 25 or something like that. Because when I found out, I was like, and again, well, fuck it, I'm going to get it.
Speaking of misinformation, I'm pretty sure that, like, from what I know, is that, like, it's a lot harder to detect in men, but also that, like, I don't think you can detect it unless it shows, like, genital warts or something.
Yeah, also...
But I also think there's more effects on women. So, for example, like, on the male side, I'm not sure what cancers it can cause, but on the female side, like, ovarian and...
cervix.
Like, they're all a lot more prevalent. So I think that was kind of the drive towards, you know... although apparently it can also cause throat cancer in men for going down on people.
Michael Douglas.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Yeah, no, but I believe it still can cause, like, penile cancer and stuff. So, like...
Don't say my name in that.
I think it was just one of those things
Don't
where...
you dare put my name in that.
People realized that, like, HPV led to ovarian and cervix cancer, and they sort of, like... but yeah, like, there was no talk of men getting HPV.
Yeah.
For the longest time. Mm-hmm. So, like, dudes, you can be vaccinated. Yeah. And, like... Again, I don't know how much it costs. I don't know how much... I think it's free in Canada for people under a certain age.
Yeah.
So go get vaccinated.
Yeah, if you're able to, go do it. Yeah. But if something does happen and you end up with, like, an STD, like, you're okay. Like, really, like, firstly, don't be ashamed. I know I can say it. You're probably still gonna feel it, but, like, it really doesn't matter. So many people have them and get them and deal with them. It's not your fault. Like, it's just kind of one of those risks that comes with sex. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, again, if you have one, be considerate. Like, whole other side of the scale. Let people know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Refrain from sex. Like, read up on it. Don't transmit it. You know what I mean? I think that's very important. That's a very different conversation. But, like, if it just happens to you, you know what I mean? If someone tells you, like, if they had full knowledge and still did it, like, sure, you can be annoyed. But, like, in general, you don't have to transfer your anger onto them and be like, well, now you're disgusting and you're... Because, like, you don't know how they... I just, like... And even if it's the worst of the worst, like the big bads, like realistically these days you're good. You're not gonna die from it, firstly. And secondly, like even if it's the really terrible shit like AIDS and HIV, as far as I'm aware, have just made massive strides recently.
Yeah.
To the point where it could be a non-issue in years.
Yeah.
If it isn't already. Like I know they've got crazy shit in the pipeline, and already like PrEP is doing fucking wonders. So like you're pretty much good. I know it's gonna take some adjusting, and it's gonna be horrible to even think of and consider and like whatever, but like if you do think about it, like you can move through it. And also you're living in a world where hundreds of thousands of people are also dealing with what you're dealing with. You're not.
I would say it's in the millions.
Yeah. Millions.
If not billions.
No, you're right. You're not just like a lonely island of fucking barren disgust.
There are also, you can find, I rarely tell people to go to the internet when it comes to medical shit, because it's always
go to
worst
WebMD
case.
and then you'll feel way worse.
But there are communities that are specifically meant for people who are like helping other people go through it, either people who have or who have had it or who have been with partners who had it, depending on what STD we're talking about. But for actual advice for HPV, I would say it is immune based. You can crush it and will it out of your body with good immune systems. So get things like start taking vitamin C, start taking vitamin E, which is helps promote skin regrowth. And because it is a virus of the skin, vitamin E is going to do a really good job.
Also good for cold sores.
Yeah. Pretty much it's going to make your skin look great. Start working out, start going for runs, start eating better. Like now's a really good time. Like now's a really good motivator to sort of like get your fitness on track, because anything you do is going to have double the benefits. One, where like you're going to get the fitness and health benefits of eating better and taking care of yourself, and you're also going to speed up the recovery of this.
Yeah, and also like again, when I had my thing, I was like, okay, I can't hook up with people because I don't want to either one, have that awkward conversation, or two, transfer it, because that's shitty. I don't want someone else to go through this. So I just didn't, and it was great because I had, well, like it wasn't great, but it was actually great. Once you get over like the initial like just fucking knife to the heart of terror and horror and disgust and awfulness and everything, you realize it's not really that big of a deal. And like I had all this time that I wasn't worrying about hooking up, that I just like did stuff with. It was great.
Also, hey, doctors, can you fucking cool it with the false diagnosis? And I don't mean like telling people the wrong thing, but I mean like if you're looking at something and you know it's not serious, please don't go, ooh,
Yeah. Don't go, could be herpes. And then just like let you chill for 3 weeks and be like, nah, man, it's just like you had too much sex. Like your dick was a little sore.
I went to the doctor. This was after my scare, where it's like, after I had molluscum, where I was just like, anytime anything showed up, I was just like, what is it? And I went to the doctor once, and he was like, he literally looked at my dick for like probably a good like minute, and was just like, and he would like write something down and be like,
Was he just making a life
sort of
sketch?
And just sort of like, turn it and get like a different angle, and he'd be like, yeah, no, it's just a pimple. I'm like, cool, my dude. Like maybe you could have like
dick was just worrying.
With that.
Like, is it bright green? And he was like, ooh, like it's just a pimple. And you're like, cool. And he's like, but
there's a lot more. Yeah, no, I was just like, what the hell, my man? Like,
you know what's really funny? So when I was a kid and I heard about people young, I heard about people going getting like STD tests, and I was like, oh man, like that'd be awful. Like imagine I got like a female nurse and like I got a boner. Like I'd be so terrified. Like if I ever go, I hope it's just like a dude and whatever. So I went and I was like, oh man, I wish I got a boner. My dick looks so small.
Yeah, there's no win.
There's like no, like I don't care. It's like now I'm older. I'm like, god damn it, what was young me thinking? Yeah. My wishes came true. Yeah.
All right, hit me with another.
Does this make me homophobic?
Yep.
Is that what you're going with?
No.
No, answer right now.
No.
No? You don't think so?
I'm not going to answer until I hear the question.
Well, come on. What's your...
I'm going to say maybe.
Fuck you. This is by Grandma Spelunking. Oh, but also, to this person who answered the last question, or asked the last question, like, this sucks. I'm sorry. I know it is hard, but you're going to be all right. You're going to be totally cool.
Yeah, you're going to be fine.
the fact that you're able to like ask this question, like come out with it, is fucking sick because it's super hard.
Also, yeah, this
I get it.
is a user question, and this is someone that I know, and like,
Yeah.
I really do want to say thank you for trusting me, and thank you for letting us talk about this, because it's something that does need to be talked about.
100%.
And I really, really, really appreciate you trusting me and Niall to talk about this.
I don't know who you are, but
and you never will.
yeah, I don't want to. Like, as in, like, I don't want to betray anyone's trust. But the thing is, like, when I had the thing that I was going through, I told Dane, and it took a lot to tell Dane. It was terrifying, and it was really nice to have somebody who had my back. So, I think, like, you really need that. Like, it's a very different thing when you're not going through it by yourself.
Yeah, and it was lucky that, like, I also had...
Yeah, that was fucking
the
wild.
exact same thing.
That was crazy. Yeah. I was like, here's my big ashamed moment. He was like, yo, me too, man. I was like, what? It was crazy. Anyway. Does this make me homophobic? By Grandma Spelunking?
Grandma?
Grandma Spelunking?
Hell yeah.
My best friend can't find a boyfriend. He's asked me to do things for him until he finds a boyfriend. I said no at first, but he said I was being homophobic if I didn't. Am I homophobic for not wanting to do this?
I assume do things means
Physical.
Sexual things?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking buck wild. No. That would be...
Yeah, no, that's a little
That would
thing
be like just someone who was, you know, a person of color ask someone who is white and be like, yo, fuck me. And they're like,
thanks.
no,
You're being racist.
You're being racist. Like, what?
Yeah,
no,
no.
that's not how that works.
It's funny because I saw the question. I was like, I meant to have it on the episode with Kyle, but we lost track of time.
We
so
sure did.
Kyle, feel free to message me your response. And I was like, I saw the question. I was like, oh, of course it does. I went in. I was like, oh no, it does not.
Yeah,
oh God.
no, you're good.
Yeah. No, consent does. Like,
yeah, consent sort of
you're
trumps
not,
all.
I feel like this is like
things.
last time when someone was trying to extort money from someone using social inequality. Now someone's trying to force sex using social inequality. You can't like extort people's body or money because society sucks. I'm sorry.
I mean, like, at least the whole like women make less, women are oppressed by men. Like, at least that has sort of like it's not a good argument, but like at least you can be like women make less than men, so men should pay more. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
at least there's that
it would
fucking
be
like
you
logical.
as a man presumably make more.
Yeah, like
but
at least that has a
also
logical sort of like. I mean,
tenuous.
There's a connection of dots
Okay.
that. No matter how loose,
Well,
it can
to be
still
fair,
be
though,
connected.
but look
This
at
one
this.
here,
He's like-
where it's just like, I'm a gay man, I can't find a boyfriend, you're gonna fuck me, and if you don't, it's homophobic.
Well, wait. You don't. Why do you not want to fuck me? Because I'm a guy? Homophobia.
But I'm assuming she's straight.
No, what? He. It's a guy and a guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
for some reason I thought it was.
No. I don't.
Then yeah, no. Also, I mean, this still doesn't matter. It doesn't change the.
No, I know. This was going to be a short one because that's fucked.
Yeah.
Don't extort people for sex. That's rape. I'm pretty sure. That is 100%. Stop it. No.
Yeah,
Sexual harassment. It's everything. No.
It's everything terrible. Yeah, no. If someone says they don't want to have sex with you, they do not need to give you a reason, and you don't get to then sort of like throw them in a category. Again, if someone, you know, was like, "No, I don't fuck black dudes," it's like, okay, sure, that's got some roots in racism.
Yeah, but also that just makes them shitty. It doesn't make them need to like. It doesn't.
It doesn't then be
doesn't
like,
mean they have to fuck you.
As someone who's subject to racism, you have to have sex with me.
Yeah,
now.
no, it
that's
just means
not
they're
how
a bit of a fucking asshole.
Yeah, it just makes them a dick. Oh man,
But they can also not want to have sex with you, not because you're black or not because you're whatever, but just because they don't want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
And then you can't just be like, whoa, race against Irish people?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Where's my white privilege? You want?
Where's it now?
You don't want to sleep with me? You have to. I have white privilege.
Have you not
Get over
heard
it.
about fucking white what the hell?
Yeah.
No.
You have to have sex with me. I have white and male privilege and straight privilege.
Yeah.
I have so much privilege right now that you need to have sex with me.
I'm in a first world country too. No, this is... Shut up.
This is from Reddit user Italian Hacker. Maybe the boy who messaged us on
That's
Facebook.
what I'm
I don't
thinking.
know. What would you look for when you create a playlist for sex?
Waldo?
So far, I've been adding songs. I hate you. So far, I've been adding songs that I feel like would be a good backing track for
Carmen
sex.
San Diego?
But is there any actual criteria? I mostly listen to classic rock. If you have suggestions.
Well, Cherry Pie. obviously. Shook Me All Night Long, AC/DC. A Criteria, I love that because it's like, what am I supposed
So
to
here's
like?
the thing. I kind of feel like there is a criteria for good fucking music.
Okay, you go with them, and I will disagree with everything. I won't, but also, can
Here's
I
the
just
thing.
throw out my criteria?
Yeah, yeah.
No child choruses.
Yes, we've.
Because this is not cool, and I hate when people do this, and or YouTube puts it on randomly. Not okay.
So
I don't want to
would say
hear multiple children
my sex
crooning
playlist is
while
just
I'm
Kids Bop.
making women swooning.
Just Kids Bop.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds...
Kids Bop is pop
Nope.
songs that
Continue.
are sung strictly by children, and all of these sort of like adult themes have been swapped for children.
That sounds amazing. Also, don't
That's my sex
play
playlist.
music that's too funny. Because you don't want to...
And yet you're
laugh
saying
at
cherry
the-
pie? If someone put on cherry pie,
She's my cherry pie.
yeah, exactly. I
Oh,
could
come
be
on, like...
that's I would not take that seriously.
Your
it's
dick
like when
would
I
go
hear,
so straight up that it would be the pole she dances on.
for you, yes. For her, she will be like, no, this isn't how this works.
Yeah, probably.
I once slept with an older woman, a woman in her probably like late 30s when I was in my 20s, and she put on her like sex playlist, and the first song was fucking
was
Pony.
Vivaldi.
No, it was Pony, and like I was like, I can't take this seriously. I know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Stop the podcast. Have you been lying this whole time? That
No.
You don't love Pony?
I love Pony.
You don't-
I love
you-
Pony,
you-
but it's so ingrained in
But did
sort
she
of
play
like.
In Those Jeans?
Oh no! If she played In Those Jeans, if she
Okay.
played any other Genuine song, I would be down for it. But like, Pony is so rooted in sort of like the character of sexiness, thanks to
it's
Magic
a little,
Mike. You know
it's
what I
a
mean?
little too on the nose.
It's a little on the nose,
and that's the
So,
same
like,
with Cherry Pie. That's why I said it's a joke because it's on every strip, like every pole dancing
Black
scene.
Velvet. Now that's a song you could fuck to.
I don't know. You know what?
I mean,
fucking the music, not my thing.
Here's my thing. The music has to be unrecognizable. It can't be like big hits.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? So what I used to do when I
Lord
was
of the
single,
Rings soundtrack.
yeah, hell yeah, fucking Hans
BioShock
Zimmer.
soundtrack, not good though. That's terrifying.
I would imagine.
Yeah, you get like a lot of like creepy songs, but then also like ship clinking noises.
Ooh,
Don't do it.
a lot of splicer laughs.
Yeah, don't do it.
Um,
Weird silences.
so I have two suggestions. One, when I was single, anytime we go back, if we were like gonna have another drink or whatever, I would open up Spotify and I would be like, pick some music.
Smooth jazz.
And I would tell them to choose the playlist.
Okay, because they're not doing the thrusting. So if you don't know their songs, you don't have to get
also,
distracted.
I know it's music they're gonna like.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? They're not gonna put on music they fucking hate, unless they're
Unless maybe they're
into
trying to
that.
be cool.
maybe, or that's their fetish. It's
Yeah.
sort of like BDSM, but
But oral?
yeah, but sonically.
Oral?
The other thing is, don't make it just like throw on music that like no one's gonna recognize or aren't like big bangers.
Yeah.
And that have like a really good sort of like bass and drum beat. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like R&B, The Weeknd. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? I know.
Wow.
I know
Okay,
it's-
I'm sorry for the fucking diss, but Dane claims The Weeknd has no big hits and or bangers. But no. Don't worry, guys. I guess we're just going to fucking ignore that he said that. Sorry, Toronto. Jesus Christ. I know we record on a Wednesday and it's fucking released on a Monday, but you can't forget The Weeknd, Dane.
That was pretty good. Um,
I'm sorry, The Weeknd. Your hair is amazing.
it's not anymore. He shaved it. I don't think he has the big
Still
bird hair.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, it's just like throw on some like modern R&B and you're good.
I think
There ain't a person alive who doesn't want to get fucked to some R&B.
you put on the Room soundtrack because you don't get no sexier than that, right? Like, it's wild. Unless you've seen The Room, at which point all you can think of is Tommy Wiseau's pale corpse-like butt.
At which point you just
At which point
as
your
you explore her body, you just say, "Oh, hi boobies.
oh hi boobies.
Oh, hi vagina."
Yeah, you are my fantasy dream come true. You speak the words of the song, but the thing is, this is twofold because she has to have not seen The Room, but you have to have. You last longer because you just see his zombie butt. she is like, wow, this song is just like erotic as all fuck. Never listened to Lil Dicky. He's real funny. Not his new shit because it's horrendous, but his old stuff, really funny. Don't put it on; you'll get distracted by laughter. But yeah, generic classic rock. Like you can get down to that. Nothing that's too fast or too slow, because you will, and nothing that switches tempo, because you cannot help but alternate your thrusts.
Yeah,
to the beat.
if you have any sort of
If
like
you're going
rhythmic
slow and then it's just
ability,
like Slipknot, and you're like, oh god.
so here's I want to bring just someone suggested "Fell in Love with a Girl" by White Stripes. Imagine fucking to that song.
I don't know that song.
It's the fucking it's the Lego video. It's a "Fell in Love with a Girl." Na, 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 me,
Oh,
me.
but they're also a
Na, na,
Coke
na, na,
user.
na.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, who wants to fuck the White Stripes? Someone, the same person was like, also Seven Nation Army. Like, what?
1, 2, 3, 4 thrusts now. I hope you've come. 1, 2, 3, 4 thrusts more. Touch your clit.
I'm sure there is some like spooky, 18-year-old goth couple
See, I feel
that
like
are.
if you're like on a buzz, like if you're drunk or whatever, to the point where you're not gonna pay attention to music, maybe, because you probably know that song well. Like everyone knows that song well enough that you're not gonna pay attention to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's by definition not a banger because it is background music.
Yeah.
Just play elevator music. Doom, doo, 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 doo.
Yeah, just find every possible version of Girl from Ipanema and ten, ten, and young.
Exactly.
Lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking by. Then she walks, and as she passes, they say, I don't know.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Also, don't play songs that then have artificial sex sounds in them, like "I Like to Fuck" by Murder Dolls, or that one Deadmau5 song that's like a girl talking about her pussy so wet, because that's gonna be weird.
Or
Also, in general, don't play YouTube because those ads, they're out of control these days.
I mean, to be
They're
fair,
out of control.
what broke ass is playing YouTube? Get out of here. Get Spotify.
Thanks, Dan.
Spotify's free.
Spotify fucking sucks.
It does not. I can find you like 9 curated sex playlists.
So our next question is, are they all by D. Miller?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, so, I don't know. There's a lot of what not to do.
Yeah, just fucking either get them to choose the playlist. Also, don't, like, if you have a playlist specifically for sex, it's so cheesy unless you already, like, are having sex. You know what I mean? Like, if you, like, get into your room and be like, let me just put something on, and then it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, oh, okay, I guess we're fucking now. Like,
Yeah, that's another thing is, like, I think one of the funnest songs I fucked to was Black Skinhead.
Kanye?
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. And, like, it just kind of came on. It, like, really set the mood, and it was, like, really fun. But then, fucking, guess what? Guess what happened, Dave?
Yeah, Kid Chorus.
Yeah. Next song. Like, for fuck's... I might...
Jesus walks. Is it that one?
No,
Did that
I think
come
it
up?
was, like... I don't fucking know, man. I was trying not to pay attention to shrill children while my dick was in someone. But no, it was horrendous.
Kanye's actually really good to fuck to, because it's like, his beats are...
Oh, unless you play
Fucking
fucking Scoopity Poop.
Well, yeah, no, I don't...
Poop de whoop.
I don't consider that
Scoopity
a real
Poop de
song.
whoop. Scoop? Scoop? That's the best song he's ever written, but whatevs. Okay, I got one from another user. Are we ready?
Yeah, you just pulled out a literal piece of paper.
Yep. So Agent Freedom Eagle, who wants their name changed because they sound too American.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm going to say Agent Hawk.
Ooh.
They want to know how to dump somebody without them asking the question, why?
Invite them on a car ride.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Are
open
you
the door,
driving or are
push-
they driving?
Maybe it's an Uber.
Ooh.
Or you're driving.
Ooh,
You
spicy. Get with this modern.
and then open the door, push them out,
Mm-hmm.
close the door, and drive off.
Okay.
Literally, physically dump them.
Which leads me to my one.
Okay.
Get them to dump you, which that would achieve.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, fucking what's her face? I don't remember her goddamn name. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. There is already a movie that you can watch. That you can.
Doesn't it fail?
I mean, yeah, but that's because Matthew McConaughey's a special kind of man. Chances are this guy is not Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Apparently not, because the reasons why were apparently... The reason why she doesn't want to answer that question is she doesn't want to tell him he's horrible in every way.
I mean, if he's horrible in every way, I feel like he doesn't really deserve... Like, I don't know what horrible in every way means, but I mean, like, if he's a piece of shit and treating her like shit, you don't really owe the dude an answer. You can just be like, hey, this is over because I love myself.
Yeah,
and then just Irish
if it's
out.
like violently or aggressively bad, if it's just kind of like if he's just like
yeah, if
that's
it's just,
different.
If it's just a hard meh,
Well, okay,
you can just be, like, I don't know why you have to be like, I'm not gonna, like, you can literally just be like, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling it. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoyed the time
like,
we had together, but like, I really want to move on. I'm really
Yeah.
sorry. Like, it's gonna suck
it's
for
just
them.
not working, or I just don't see a future together, or like I just don't have time with work. Like, there's a lot of ways you can go around. Again, I don't really want to advocate lying, because if there is a specific reason this person isn't working out, maybe let them know. Which brings me to option number 2. So option 1, throw him out of an Uber / get him to dump you. Option 2, just don't tell him. Come up with an excuse. Option 3, pick one reason so that he has something to go, okay, and work on. But you also don't crush his spirit by saying literally all of this.
Yeah.
You know, like,
That's
pick one thing. Like, maybe the biggest thing, just be like, look, I'm sorry, but the fact that you hate squirrels is just wild to me. Like, they're fucking cute, and you hate them, and I love them. I need to be with another fucking bush head.
Yeah.
Their tails are bushy.
Their tails are so bushy. They're so cute.
Bushy.
Such bushy boys.
Bushy. We should have named our podcast Bushy Boys. Damn it!
I mean, we
broke
can
your
do
mic again.
We
I'm
can
sorry.
do a squirrel fan cast called the Bushy Boys.
Hi, next April Fools.
I mean, it'll be like 4 years, but
We don't have to release it on the day.
oh, we do.
We can just record it on the day.
Bushy Boys.
Bushy Boys
2020.
20 Vision is 2020. This is our future vision.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't. Again, if this person doesn't warrant a reason, you don't got to give him one.
Yeah.
If you respect him enough as a human being, give him something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
do think
Even if you
sometimes
have to
it can
let
be
him
nice.
down gently. Like, I'm a big fan of honesty. I'm a big fan of being honest and being clear and concise with your emotions. But if it's just going to do this person harm and you just want to leave,
Yeah.
there's no harm in just sort of like giving him something to give him closure and
Yeah.
move on.
I will
Again,
say-
if he's a piece of shit, just be like, I'm fucking done with you. And if he's like, why? He's like, I don't need to tell you because I'm a grown woman who loves myself, or man.
Yeah.
And just fucking bounce.
And like the fact that you don't want to be in the relationship is all the reason someone needs, really. I will tell you though, I once was hooking up with someone for like quite a long time, like a long time, without it being exclusive. And when they ended things, it kind of came a little bit out of the blue, and I was like, oh, like, why? And she stone cold turned to me and said, it didn't mean enough for me to have to tell you why, and left. And I was like, ouch. And then later on found out it was because of a tarot card reading. So it's like, I don't know.
The only good reason to break up with someone.
Yeah, I literally spent a while being like, wow, was I so horrible she couldn't tell me, or like whatever. It turns out she was just too embarrassed to admit it. I think. I don't know. Either way. Damn you, tarot card. Or not, because, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out in your favor, eventually.
There's a second part to this question.
Oh, no.
Can I do it in such a way that I still go to the wedding he invited me to next month as an open bar?
Yes, but as someone else's date.
Oh.
Also, as a wedding crasher.
Ooh.
You have all the details.
Yeah, you just say, I'm with
Yeah.
X.
I'm with David.
And the person at the concierge will look at you and go, wait, isn't he horrible in every way?
And be like, yeah, but someone's got to be with him.
Aw, and then you get brownie points.
Yeah, and then you seem like you're a decent person because you're with this fucking horrible person.
You know what? Here's how it goes down. I'm so sorry. I'm swamped with work. Like, I just can't do it. Like, I'm so sorry. We have to end. Then, 2 days before the wedding, oh my God, our work shut down. I have time. Do you still need a day for
They
the
forced
wedding?
me to take vacation days.
Do you still need a day for the wedding? Oh my god! Then while you're at the wedding, you hit that open bar because I think that's the only reason she wants to go. I don't know.
I'm not.
And then
look, I'm not throwing stones here,
but
but it's maybe
do it after the
you're
wedding.
also a little horrible.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Like I'm not saying you're a terrible person. I'm just saying that like if this person is horrible, if you want to stay with them long enough to go strictly to an open bar so you can drink for free, that's not exactly not horrible.
my confusion is like the amount of time and effort that it takes to like go to a wedding and like spend the day with these people that you don't really care about. Like, time is money. You can just buy a cheap ass bottle of whiskey and get fucked. And like
Yeah.
realistically, yeah, you maybe missed out on some. They probably don't have top shelf shit. I don't know if he's horrible all over.
Also, let me just say this straight up. It's like 9 times out of 10, wedding food is garbage.
Yeah, like
Like banquet,
weddings
mass-produced
kinda suck.
food, like it's very rarely good food. Like unless you're going to like someone's like, they've spent like $10,000 a plate or some crazy bullshit.
And also, like-
chances are it's all this mass-produced sort of like meh food, and it's like, yeah, great, open bar, cool. But like you said, like.
But also, if you don't know the people and you're only going for an open bar, you can just drink at home, and
Yeah,
it'll be.
it's
yeah,
like
you'll
I
have to
usually
spend some
tip
money,
$40
but it'll be so much more
at
fun.
an open bar anyway. You know what I mean?
Exactly, right.
So it's like I could just take that $40 and
Buy a
I'm
bottle
gonna
of
tip this
bourbon
person and buy
and
some booze
chug
and
it.
drink it. Because I tell you right now, if you drink an entire bottle of liquor, regardless your liquor of choice,
You're dead.
you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably
you,
dead.
And then you don't have to hang out with this guy who you hate,
Yeah.
or like twist his heart more,
Yeah. It's
or like be that awkward person where like people are like, oh, who are you? And you're like, well, I used to date that guy.
I used to date him, but now I'm back with him for a little bit because I want to drink to this open bar, this place
Yeah.
that I don't care about.
And then the bride and groom, you have to be like, oh my god, congratulations. Oh, are you this person's date? And you're like, no.
Well, it's like, yes, I am, but thanks for the open bar.
Yeah.
Also, here's the thing. If you want to break up with this person because they're terrible, do it. If you want to go to this open bar because it's an open bar, then like just sort of accept that like you're also on this ride of terrible with him. You're just like side by side in this roller coaster
No
of
open
terribleness.
bar is worth that.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, I would love to know what is so horrible about this person. Because, like, if they're abusive in any way, I'm telling you right now, open bar
I don't-
is not worth.
Yeah.
If they're just boring, then, like,
I think it's I didn't really press for details because I didn't want to release details on here.
right.
And like I think if I had pressed, I wouldn't. It would be hard for me not to be like, well, like
Yeah.
I'm fairly I'm 99% sure it's not abusive,
Okay.
at least physically anyway. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't really want to get into it because if they didn't share with me, I'm not gonna share with other people.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's fair.
But either way, I agree with you. It's like no open bar is worth this, even if they're boring as fuck. Like if this wedding's in downtown Toronto, like whatever. But if it's not,
Also,
you're gonna have
yeah.
to spend so much time. Even if it is, you have to sit through the service. That sucks. Even when you like the people.
Yeah.
Like no.
Also, I guess you're a woman. Never mind. They're a woman, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was gonna say it sucks to go to a wedding in the middle of fucking July, but like you get to wear a nice dress, a
Yeah,
nice
it's fair,
breezy
it's fair.
dress.
But
We don't
probably
get
have to spend money on that dress. Guess what you can spend money on? Booze.
Yeah. My thing is just like if you want to break up this guy, fucking break up with him. If he's just give him something to give him closure. Let him move on. You
Yeah.
move on. Do your thing. Fuck this open bar. Don't be terrible. I have a question,
Uh-huh.
and
You?
it's quite possibly, I don't want to say the best question I've ever read,
Oh no.
but it's certainly a question that I have read.
Have you?
This
Wait,
comes
you've
from-
already read it,
This comes from user
or is it a question you're going to read?
Better Betch off of Reddit. It starts with the tag 28 female.
Okay.
Dreamt my ex was checking out blonde thick chicks at the recreational pool.
How'd they spell thick?
THICK.
Oof. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At the
Right.
recreational pool.
At the recreational pool. The pool was dirty, and he looked horny. What does it mean? And then ends with the tag 30M. So I'm not sure which one they are.
I'm gonna guess. Wait, sorry, I need to see this.
Oh no, there's more information.
Okay, can you read it again?
Dreamt. So it starts with 28 female.
Uh-huh.
Dreamt my ex was checking out blonde chicks.
My ex.
My ex was checking out thick blonde chicks.
That was
at the
all I-
recreational pool. the pool was dirty, and he looked horny. What does it mean? And it ends with the tag 30 male.
Okay, I'm assuming because she's mentioned first and the tag is there. She is the female.
Yes. I think you're correct.
He is the one checking out thick blondes.
Well, here's the further details to this question.
Also, the funny thing is, so if you call someone thick over here, it's assumed it's CC. Let's assume they got a booty, maybe, maybe dem legs. However, in Ireland, if someone's thick, they're fucking dumb as shit.
They're dumb, yes.
So,
that's also a thing here too.
But
when spelt this way.
But in Carlo, thick means you're being like cheeky. So if you're being thick with someone, you're being cheeky. Mm-hmm. So maybe it goes full circle.
Maybe cheeky as in the buns being
exactly because they were so thick.
Well, let me get into the further details because I think
we have enough to ruminate now and then.
Oh no! Let me tell you right now.
Okay, wow. Okay, I was gonna do this and then have the added details delve us into it. Okay, go.
My ex saw his old boss's dick. He told me.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. Give me a minute. What? What? Are these two different questions?
No. Here's the rest of it. He told me his boss had an STD and didn't know what to do.
I'm sorry, give me.
Okay. He told me his boss had an STD and didn't know what to do, so he showed him his dick.
And now he's living for free because that's sexual harassment.
My ex also told me he thought he was gay in high school. Now he's talking to a gay man. I think he was bisexual all along, and he picked up mycoplasma from a gay man. Now I have it. I still have pain on my left pelvic area. Do you want the whole thing all together?
Does she own Is this also... So it sounds like Irish because mycoplasma was the guy he fucked, right?
No, mycoplasma I think is a disease.
Mycoplasma? The guy he had sex with? I'm clearly joking.
Oh, okay. So... Dreamt my ex was checking out blonde thick chicks at the recreational pool. The pool was dirty, and he looked horny. What does it mean? To further clarify, my ex saw his old boss's dick. He told me his boss had an STD and didn't know what to do, so he showed him his dick. My ex also told me he thought he was gay in high school. Now he's talking to a gay man. I think he was bisexual all along, and he picked up mycoplasma from a gay man. Now I have it. I still have pain on my left pelvic area. Answer the question, Niall. Answer the question.
I think
this is a perfect blend of dating and sex advice.
It is the perfect blend of, like, I think I'm high right now listening to this because it is buck fucking insanity.
Do you know how many times I read this to be like, what are you...
How did you find this
What are you
gem?
asking?
You know how many times I want you to read this? Because there are so many parts.
But yeah, also the way that
did you
written,
look up mycoplasma?
I did and got some really weird pictures, and then I didn't want to look up mycoplasma dick.
But, like, is it a thing?
I don't know. I didn't... The thing I saw was, like, it was a picture of, like, a woman's, like, mouth, like, almost, like, sewn shut with, like, disease, and I was like...
So I look it up. Dairy cattle mycoplasma, bovine viral diarrhea. There's a lot to unpack here. There's too many things to unpack here.
So first, the question
I think the most
has nothing to do with anything.
I think the most important thing is the dirty pool. I think we can all agree on that, right? Mm-hmm. They don't give context on how dirty it is, do they?
It just
how and why.
It just says the pool was dirty,
but like.
And he looked horny.
The thing is, like, is it dirty? Like, was it a cum pool? Was it a pool of cum? Did he done come up a pool?
I don't know.
When he looked horny, was he just, like, one eyebrow raised, like a little smirk? Or did he just pop a straight boner?
Yeah, was he just rocking a hard chub?
That's the thing.
I don't know.
The thing is, looking horny, it seems like there's still a question. Like, you look horny, are you? Whereas if I got a boner, you are horny, right? So I don't think he has a boner. I think it's the facial expression, body languages that he was done giving out. I think it's probably a pool of straight jism.
Okay.
And I think they were cheeky blondes, but I don't think it went to a point of anatomy. I think it was like they were just like throwing out like some sass.
Just scampish.
They were scampish blondes.
Scampy as hell.
By a cum pool while he was you know.
Okay, so you've broken down what the dream was.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I think it means that.
Now, what does it mean?
I think it means that she also. What gender were these blondes? Because when I hear blondes, I don't think guys.
Blonde, thick chicks.
Oh. Were they human?
Doesn't say.
Or were they?
Could be baby chickens.
Were they chubby baby chickens? Oh, is this the most adorable dream?
But he looked horny.
Oh no, your boyfriend's a sick fuck.
But here's the thing. Maybe he doesn't look aroused. Maybe he's literally covered in horns.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe he's a demon sent down to Earth to protect chubby chicks, of the bird variety, of the avian bird variety, or maybe the dream, the chicks were the people who were about to get fatal bovine diarrhea.
Maybe. Maybe he's the one with fatal bovine diarrhea because he's a bull and he has horns.
And that's why the pool's so dirty.
Because it's not jism.
It's diarrhea.
It is just white, creamy
bovine
bull
diarrhea.
diarrhea.
I can't even begin to answer this. I'm going to assume that he's your ex. Get the fuck over it. It's going to be my answer.
Also, it's a dream.
Well, yeah, but also
your subconscious does the craziest shit. I don't know what the boss has to do with anything.
Okay, what does the dream actually mean? It means you're still hung up in your ex. Or
Yeah.
else you wouldn't be dreaming about him, presumably in like a jealous kind of sense. Boom, answered. Boss thing. I'm sorry, his dick was whatever, but I'm glad he had a good friend to help him through his STD. Boom. Is he gay or not? One, does it matter? Because you're not involved with him anymore. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Do you have mycoplasty or whatever the fuck this Irish guy hurting your left pelvis is? Maybe go to a fucking doctor because you don't seem sure.
No, she says, now I have it, period. She's telling us she's got it.
Did you fuck a cow?
And she still has pain in her left pelvic area.
Well, I'm sorry. That sucks.
I mean, none of this is a question. My other thing is, like, when she says, my ex saw his old boss's dick, does that mean his previous boss? Or is his boss old?
Aged? Fuck, man.
Then he says, he told me his boss had an STD and didn't know what to do, so he showed his dick. Did the boss show his dick?
Or did he show
the ex
the guy? Yeah.
show the boss his
like,
dick? Was he like, well, this is what mine looks like?
He was like, oh my god, I have this STD. He's like, here's a good dick to measure it on.
But so here's the thing. If the boss showed him his dick, then he is currently the he in this situation. So then the next line says, my ex also told me he thought he was gay in high school. Does the ex think the boss was gay in high school?
That's the thing. The way
Does
it's
my
written.
ex think that the ex was gay in high school?
That's the thing. Like,
There's
the verbiage here is fucking wild.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about. I think this is like they're either from 100 years ago or they're from 100 years in the future.
Hey, let me tell you something. I don't think this person knows what they're talking about.
Well, also, none of
think
us
this
a question. Please tell me they responded to comments.
There was
Also, what are the
literally
comments.
no comments.
Did you refresh?
I copy and paste. So we can
Go
we can
find it right
revisit
now. Go find it right now because I am upset by how complex and upsetting this is.
So John Wick Detroit said, it means cut back on the meth.
That's fair.
And they responded with, I don't use meth or any drugs.
I do not believe this.
Someone else just said, too many things going on here. Another person just said, lol. The longest comment is, it means you're thinking about your ex too much and you need to get on with your life. Dreams can only be interpreted for specific meanings by the dreamer because it's your subconscious. Oh, the dreamer is them. I thought the dreamer was a cosmic being that only they can.
You don't know.
I mean, with this question, I don't.
Damn.
The rest of this is just your emotional leakage because you feel hard done by your ex.
Leakage.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Forget about him and get on with it.
I actually have something to tell you.
Oh no, do you have mycoplasma?
I'm the dreamer. Oh. I'm the dreamer.
Well, that'll about do it for us tonight, guys.
Or does it? You gotta...
I don't. It's not going to be a weekly
What
thing.
about Diesel?
It's going to be... I want to curate it so that it's only the choicest reviews.
I don't wish I could curate mine.
Hey, you're the one who wanted to do it weekly.
You want more James Joyce?
Is there more James Joyce?
I think I got one more.
Oh, Jesus. Then I'm going to get comfortable.
Hey. Guess who's back?
Jimmy Joyce.
It's your boy Jim. Coming straight out of 1909. My darling little convent girl. there is some star too near the earth, for I am still in a fever fit of animal desire. Today I stopped short often in the street with an exclamation whenever I thought of the letters you wrote. Whenever I thought of the letters I wrote you last night and the night before, they must read awful in the cold light of day. Yup.
Yeah, they do, James Joyce.
Perhaps their coarseness has disgusted you. Yup. I know you are much finer natured than your extraordinary lover, and though it was you yourself, you hot little girl, who first wrote to me saying that you were longing to be fucked by me, yet I suppose the wild filth and obscenity of my reply went beyond all bounds of modesty. When I got your express letter this morning and saw how careful you are of your worthless Jim, I felt ashamed of what I had written. Yet now, night, secret sinful night, has come down again on the world, and I am again writing to you, and your letter is again folded before me on the table. Do not ask me to go to bed, dear. Let me write to you, dear. As you know, dearest, I never use obscene phrases in speaking. You have never heard me, have you, utter an unfit word before others? When men tell in my presence here filthy or lecherous stories, I hardly smile. Yet you seem to turn me into a beast. It was you yourself, you naughty, shameless girl, who first led the way. It was not I who first touched you long ago, down at Ring's End. It was you who slid your hand down inside my trousers, and pulled my shirt softly aside, and touched my prick with your long tickling fingers, and gradually took it all, fat and stiff as it was, into your hand, and frigged me slowly, till I came off through your fingers, all that time bending over me and gazing at me out of your quiet, saint-like eyes. It was your lips, too, which first uttered an obscene word. I remember well that night in bed in Pola. Tired of lying under a man one night, you tore off your chemise violently, began to ride me up and down. Perhaps the horn I had was not big enough for you, I remember, that you bent down to my face and murmured tenderly, "Fuck up, love. Fuck up, love." Nora, dear, I'm dying all day to ask you one or two questions. Let me, dear, for I've told you everything I did, and so I can ask you in turn. I wonder will you answer them. When that person whose heart I long to stop with the click of a revolver puts his hands or hands under your skirts, did he only tickle you outside, or did he put his finger or fingers up into you?
Wait, what?
I think he wants to murder someone who touched her. I haven't read this one before, so... advice, don't murder people because they hooked up with the person you're hooking up with. If he did they go far enough to touch that little cock at the end of your cunt? Did he touch you behind? Was he a long time tickling you and did you come? Did he ask you to touch him and did you do so?
Does James Joyce think the clit is a penis?
He did mention something weird last week, but I ignored it. If you did not touch him, did he come against you and did you feel it? Oh man, this is actually really weird.
Is James... Hold on. I think we've revealed something here. At first I thought this was sort of like just them sending sexy letters back and forth. I think James Joyce is a fuckboy. Because he's straight up like... I think he's just pelting this woman with letters. Just filthy text. I think he's literally doing the...
They got married briefly after these.
Oh, okay.
And they were together till she died.
Oh, okay.
As far as I'm aware.
All right. Okay. Because it's starting to seem like he was doing
also,
the old, like, here's a picture of my dick. He's like, well, it's your fault. You're the one who, like, you started it.
As far as I'm aware, she did reply in kind.
Okay.
But also he might think vaginas are penises.
Well, it doesn't sound... I think he knows what a vagina is. I just don't think he knows what a clit is. I think he thinks a clit is a penis. A very, very small penis.
He did. That's what I like inferred from last week when he said something similar. I forget the word, but also like I would have said the end of your cunt would be like in, and not like where your clit is.
Or is it like in the start and the end, or like outside? I don't know either.
Are you ready?
I mean, I don't know.
Another question, Nora. I know that I was the first man that blocked you. Also, term I've never heard of. But did any man ever frig you? Did that boy you were fond of ever do it? Tell me now, Nora. Truth for truth, honesty for honesty. Were you with him in the dark at night? Did your fingers never unbutton his trousers and slip inside like mice? Did you ever frig him, dear? Tell me truly, or anyone else. Did you never feel a man's or a boy's prick in your fingers until you unbuttoned me? If you are not offended, do not be afraid to tell me the truth. Seems like a trap.
Yeah.
Darling, darling, tonight I have such a wild lust for your body that if you were here beside me, and even if you told me your own lips that half the red-headed louts of Galway had had a fuck at you before, I would still rush at you with desire. God almighty, what kind of language is this I'm writing to my proud blue-eyed queen? I like the fact that he's writing as if it's in person and he can't just, edit it or not send it on. Will she refuse to answer my coarse, insulting questions? She should. I know I'm risking a good deal in writing this way, but if she loves me, really, she will feel that I am mad with lust, and I must be told all. I think he might be a fuckboy.
It definitely sounds like Jimmy Joyce is a fuckboy extraordinaire.
And I'm just going to end it there, because the rest is him saying, I'm sorry I shouldn't, but tell me. I'm sorry I shouldn't. No, but honestly, tell me. And then, forgive me, but this is just me showing my love.
Yeah, he's sort of like, oh, sorry, my friend took my phone. I didn't mean to send that.
I didn't do the shout out, did I?
No?
So, I can do a shout out to the show, or to our show. Hey, fuck buddies, you great.
We're doing a great... Can we just talk for a second about how good we are? We're doing a great job.
The shout out is to a friend of the show who has recently been on Match.com, was matched with this guy, having a
he's horrible in every way.
Yeah. So she wants to go to this wedding, right? No, and then she gets a message one night, and it says, "Hey, this is his wife. Just a heads up. Maybe this person isn't being as honest as they think they are, and you should reconsider everything you've said to each other, blah 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 blah." And she was like, "Oh, yikes!" Next day, "Hey, one of my friends took my phone. Don't just ignore all that. I'm not married whatsoever. Do you want to meet up for drinks?"
Oh, I mean, that's fair. Friends are assholes.
Yeah, so you gotta meet up with him.
You absolutely gotta meet up with him.
There's no way this guy, even if that was your friends, what age are you? If that was your friends, that's all I need to know about you.
Yeah. I'd be like, cool.
I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, no, that's either way.
Yeah.
Nah, B.
Nah.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, thanks for listening.
Thanks.
It's always a pleasure. Even no matter how hot it gets in this closet, we're gonna keep doing it because we're not gonna miss a week.
We're gonna be your sticky boys.
We're still coming for that throne.
We're gonna do a year.
I don't know what the throne is, but we're coming.
I'm gonna
for
find
it.
out. Do you have a podcast? Tell us when you failed.
Yeah.
Beat that.
Let us know when you fucked up. Let us know when you let everyone down.
Yeah, and we're gonna not do it until a week after that.
Yeah. If you have a question, or if you have, just anything you want to say to us,
chat.
You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/FCKBuddiesPodcast. You can find us on Twitter at FCK_buddies. You can also send us an email at fbuddiespodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you, Josh Eagle on the Josh Evil.
Josh Evil.
That's we're doing a dark timeline
that's
version.
Sideways, yeah.
Thank you, Josh Eagle on the Harvest Cities for your song Paper Stars. You're the best.
And every week since we've started, 41 weeks ago,
That's fucked.
we end our podcast with a tweet from our
enemy,
our
arch nemesis,
our nemesis, Daniel.
Oh my god, I was gonna do that today as well. Goddamn Daniel! At it again with the
Damn Daniel!
At it again with the misogyny. So Daniel wrote about a week ago. What to do if a girl loses interest? ! And what's the best about this is the comments. So somebody commented going, "Hey, what would you do if you looked like this person?" And share the YouTube video of someone who they deemed ugly.
Is it him?
No. Just a random stranger was like, what would you do if you were ugly as this guy?
That's just...
That's it.
Huh.
Also, what do I do if a girl's not asking questions so I can't respond to them?
My name is Dave Miller.
And I'm Niall Spain.
And we are, as always, your fuck buddies.